Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for clicking on this smashy Eggman movie reviews and more bonus review. We're going to talk. We are 7 days away from WrestleMania 39.
Yay!
The showcase of the Immortals, and
that did not
do
anything.
Nothing.
Because you have the blinds open.
Nope, because I hit the wrong switch, and I want the blinds for front lighting.
Oh, got it.
Courtney's...
Leave all of this in.
Yeah, I know. Courtney's joining me to talk WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. It's the 2-night event. We are recording this 1 week beforehand. It's probably not going to go out today, because I'm not going to edit it today. But it'll be up sometime before next Saturday.
Hey, yeah.
The event
you've got a week before you
and who knows what's going to happen. I don't think any matches are getting added to the card.
God, I hope not. There's already a lot in 2 days.
At least one match has gotten pulled from the card.
Yeah.
They kept saying it wasn't, and that they were just going to replace Bray Wyatt. Bobby Lashley, Bray Wyatt. But so we're going to start with the...
I will say with that, I don't feel like we're losing.
See, I like Bray Wyatt.
Well, yeah, I like the Bray Wyatt part. The whole, the setup to the match was not great.
Well, they also got cut short because Bray Wyatt got sick. So
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how he picked between Bobby and Brock, and that was kind of a weak intro for me.
His pick was, I'm gonna fight who wins.
Yeah, but
all right, so we're gonna start with the Andre the Giant. This is on SmackDown, WrestleMania SmackDown. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which kind of tells you right off the bat that Bobby Lashley is not having a match at WrestleMania. Either that or this Battle Royal is going to set it up. Because they're currently thinking he might have a match with LA Knight, who is also in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So this could set it up.
One could screw the other over.
Right. Also in this match, looking at this, we have graphics in front of us so we can see what's going on. Guys who might actually win this thing.
Oh my God, they have Happy Corbin in it?
Yeah, Corbin's in it.
Aww.
So is Madcap Moss, Elias, Rick Boogs, Mustafa Ali, Dolph Ziggler, both of the Brawling Brutes, Loomis, Mustafa Ali, Gargano, Xavier Woods, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, Karrion Kross, the dude in the red. I know he was in Elimination Chamber.
I know. I
can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name.
Bronson Reed.
There we go. And he's right next to who I dub Beefed Up Markiplier.
Yes.
AKA.
You also have, looking up, Los Lotharios, The Hurt Business, The OC, Maximum Male Models, the rapper, I can't think of that group's name either.
All I can say is...
And I'm guessing those guys are part of I'm not going to try to say it because I'm going to butcher it.
You're going to butcher it?
But yeah. none of that top row's winning this match.
Oh, dear God, no. I don't, not a single one of them. I will say that now that I've been playing a lot of WWE 2K22, I recognize a lot more of the names.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I do.
Honestly, I'm a Johnny Gargano fan, so I'm going to pull for Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano, he's just fun.
But I'm sure he'll get screwed over because he does have a match at Stand and Deliver, which is the NXT show. We're not talking about that, but I'm sure he'll get screwed out. But I'd love to see him win. I'm sure it's going to come down to Bobby Lashley and LA Knight, and it's going to be a setup for a match. If not at WrestleMania, at Backlash.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's my thought. Again, there's just so many guys in this thing. I was looking at going, you are barely ever on TV. You're not getting far in this thing. You're not even getting an entrance. The guys in the front row are the guys who might get entrances into this match.
Yep.
Everyone else is just going to be in the ring when it starts.
Yep.
So that's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. That used to be at WrestleMania. That was part of the show. And then it was the pre-show. Now it's the night before.
Wow.
It has fallen greatly.
I also will say, I know this is stupid, but there's something about seeing him, even in video game form. Andre the Giant is massive.
He is. He's a big boy.
You think you understand how big he is, and then you're like, oh dear God.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
And he liked to drink beer. He drank a lot of beer.
He
He's a
did.
big boy.
Yeah.
All right, next up. This isn't the first match that's starting WrestleMania. They announced that last night. This is just the least interesting match, so I decided.
No, seeing who's on the screen, I get why you're saying
We've got the women's showcase match with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi Blackheart versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus, I know they speculated who the other team is. I cannot for the life of me remember the other two women who they Carmella and something Green. And I can't remember.
Chelsea
Green. That's the other team that they were speculating. Which makes sense because they've been doing the thing with Asuka and...
Yeah, and Chelsea.
Yep. So it makes sense that those would be the other two. This could be a very fine tag match. I have no interest in it. Ronda Rousey. My pick, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. I think they're going to win.
Yeah.
As much as I'd rather see Liv Morgan win, Raquel Rodriguez I could give a crap about, but that's who she's partnered with.
You know my feelings on Raquel Rodriguez, and they are not positive.
This match, again, it could be a really good match. They could put on a great match. It's just the least interesting because...
Oh, yeah. It's very much...
There's nothing to it. There's no build to it.
No. Well, there can't be a build because...
They're winning matches together. Except Ronda and Shotzi, who literally just walked on SmackDown and went, we're in this match.
You mean Ronda and Shayna?
Yeah, sorry. Ronda and Shayna, who just literally walked on SmackDown last night after Natalie and Shotzi won a spot and went, we're in this match.
See, and that's what, because, like, those two, they have, like, no TV charisma. Like,
no.
So you can't do promos around them. So, of course, they're just going to be
Yeah.
We're dumping them in because they
Which
can't sell it.
Ronda Rousey went from winning the Women's Royal Rumble and being the women's headline match at last year's WrestleMania to this.
Yep.
This is amazing.
I also just noticed, is the camera slanted?
Probably. It's called a Dutch angle. It's just slanted. Leave me alone. So yeah, I think Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. I really don't think there's going to be much competition. It's probably going to come down to them, Natalya and Shotzi, because they've actually been feuding, or at least they've been feuding with Natalya. I swear Natalya's been teaming with somebody else lately, and it wasn't Shotzi. And Shotzi just showed up.
Yeah, Ronda and Shayna are the only pair that I know, like, they have been a pair for a while, so why would you give it to a pair of randos?
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Then of course, what's the next least interesting match? The men's. The men's version of this. Again, it could be a really good match because you got the Street Profits, you got Ricochet and Braun Strowman, you've got the Alpha Academy, Maximum Male Models are going to show up at some point for this bit. Because of Otis and the Viking Raiders. So, again, this one could have some really good action in it.
Yeah.
But again, there's nothing to it. It's just there.
Yeah.
It gets a lot of guys on the show, and it gets them a great paycheck. It gets them exposure. And yeah, I kind of wish the Usos didn't have both tag belts. Because a lot of these teams, they do great competing for tag belts.
Oh, yeah. Like the Street Profits would do awesome.
Kind of the same thing with that women's match. If the tag belts were in that,
yeah,
it would be a lot more interesting as an idea going into it. But those belts aren't in these matches. They're in later matches we're talking about. So it's just, again, I don't see a clear winner in this one.
I don't either. Looking at that lineup, it's not... There's not a clear... Like, I can have guesses. Like...
I want the Street Profits to win.
Yes, that would be what I'd hope for is Street Profits, because they don't know how to have a bad match.
Yep,
They're always entertaining.
I want Alpha Academy to be screwed because Maximum Male Models show up. Braun and Ricochet, if they win, that's cool. Viking Raiders, if they're going to push them to be tag challengers, especially if they're going to break up the belts, which I know they want to break up all of the doubled belts right now.
And the bloodline already.
Yep, we'll get to that.
I'm going to be very happy
Alright,
about
so yeah, I'm saying the Street Profits, though.
Yeah, I would have to pick, of those four pairings, Street Profits is who I'd pick.
Alright, so next up, we have the match that's actually opening night 1 of WrestleMania. This was announced last night on SmackDown. The opening match of night 1 is Austin Theory defending his United States Championship against John Cena. You will not be able to see this match because John Cena's in it. Oh! Alright, so, yeah. I gotta admit, it's not... okay, so I didn't watch John Cena's U.S. title reign, because that's what everyone, all the like other YouTubers I watch, talk about. Oh, this is a great match because of John Cena's U.S. title reign. I didn't watch any of that, so I have no idea. I'm just looking at this going, hopefully John Cena puts over the guy who's sticking around.
I mean, see, I have mixed feelings with Austin Theory. When I first started getting into wrestling after the Royal Rumble last year,
Yep.
I really liked him because I loved that stupid, like, I'm going to take a selfie
Right.
I loved that persona and how over-the-top ridiculous it was and how over-the-top into himself he was. Like, I loved it because it was sheer ridiculous.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I'm talent and I don't do that. And I'm like, no,
Go
like,
back.
Go back to that because that was more fun to watch. Like, he's a solid wrestler regardless.
Yeah.
But give me the fun personality. Like, even this picture of him in the promo, I'm like, you just look like a douche.
He does. He looks like a douche.
So I'm pulling for Cena also because I think it'd be hilarious, especially with the version of Austin Theory we have now, to lose his title to someone that wrestles once a year.
I think, honestly, because it's the first match, it's going to be the first match of night one, I could see Cena winning. Now, if it was later in the card, I would say Theory's going to win.
Yeah.
Cena's going to put Theory over because it's the opening contest, and you want to start this off with a huge pop from the audience. Now, now my brain looks, maybe Cena can win this and grab the U.S. title, get it off of Theory, and get it onto somebody else without having Theory having to take that loss. Because here's the thing, and we'll get to this at the very end.
Got it.
We need to start building top heels.
We do.
And Theory could be one of them, but you need to get that belt off of him first.
Yeah.
So I think if that's the way they're going, I could see Cena winning because Theory loses nothing, losing to Cena because it's John Cena. You don't lose anything.
Peacemaker.
And you can get the U.S. title onto somebody else without Theory having to take that loss. You will not have Eagle with him.
No! That would be the best way for him to win!
I knew that's what she was going to do. So yeah, because it's the opening contest, I'm saying Cena.
Yeah, I'm going to say Cena.
Alright, we then move on. Now I'm just picking them at random.
Got it.
We have Brock Lesnar versus Omos. I don't want to watch this match.
Whoever wins, we lose.
It's Alien versus Predator.
Oh, we're going to be disappointed.
Again, this match, its build has been laughable. Just, also knows, I want to fight Brock Lesnar. Good for you.
Guaranteed. That match, and I'm including their walk up the ramps, not going longer than 5 minutes.
That's what I was going to ask.
Me now.
That's what I was going to ask, is do you think this match is going to run longer than 5 minutes?
There's no way in hell, because Brock Lesnar will become so slick with sweat that everything will flood.
Here's the thing. Once Brock Lesnar hits a single suplex, the audience pops huge because of Omos' size.
Because Lesnar threw a suplex.
No, because Lesnar threw a guy that big in a suplex. That's going to pop the crowd, and then there's nothing else for this match to do. It has done its highlight. Its highlight is going to be Brock Lesnar suplexing and then F5ing Omos.
Yeah, because
that's the highlight.
All Omos has in his favor is he a big dude.
Yep. Now,
the man does not
now
have
if
moves.
they're correct and Lesnar's at the end of his contract and on his way out, maybe Omos wins. Maybe Lesnar puts Omos over. This would not be the first.
Don't ask for much.
This wouldn't be the first time Lesnar's ended a contract at WrestleMania. The last time he got booed out of the building. But that's because he was fighting Goldberg, whose contract was also coming to an end. So the entire audience knew the match was pointless. Because neither of them were showing up the next night.
That's just...
It's great. Steve Austin was the saving grace of that match because he was the referee. Who else? You can't cheer for the people who aren't coming back.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm going to say, if I got to pick a winner, I want it to be Omos. I think I don't think he gets much of a rub by beating Brock Lesnar, but I think Brock Lesnar can get the pops of suplexing Omos and F5ing him and still lose.
See, I look at that, and my initial instinct, as much as I hate it, is to give it to Lesnar. But with no title on the line, this match purely, we want to see two big dudes throw each other. I can see him giving it to Omos.
Yep. All right. Next up on the card, we have Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul.
Seth freaking Rollins.
This is going to be a really good match.
I've always Seth Rollins. He's
Seth Rollins is a great wrestler. Logan Paul is pretty damn decent in the ring.
Unfortunately.
I can't argue with it. This would be a great match. I want Rollins to win. I feel like
God.
this entire build has been Rollins has to win.
Yes. Please let Rollins win. Please.
Like, I can't imagine, just because Logan Paul has come out on top of basically everything, Rollins has to win.
Yeah.
But it's possible. My pick is Rollins. Who knows, Logan Paul might pull it off because he's the celebrity at WrestleMania.
Please Rollins. Please win. Please.
All right. But yeah, other than it being a really good match, there's not a lot else to say here.
Oh, it's gonna be entertaining because both of those dudes are flyers.
Oh yeah. And I wonder where this will fall. Like, is this going to be a night 1 match or is this a night 2 match? I don't know. I would imagine night 2, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, this is the first WrestleMania that I'm watching, so I don't know typically how these things.
Well, this is only the 3rd time they've done the night 1, night 2 thing. Well, 4th, but the first one was in the pandemic. That one doesn't count.
Yeah, I watched purely just the Drew McIntyre Brock Lesnar from that, and dear God, that was awkward as hell.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Wrestling without a crowd is awkward as hell.
Yes, it is.
Because they have no one to play to.
So this is only their 3rd year of really doing it in front of a crowd, trying to split it up. Seth Rollins fought night 1 last year, so who knows? Who knows? All right, next up we have Edge versus Finn Balor in Hell in a Cell.
This one's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be good. It's got a chance to be. It could steal the night that it's on.
It very much could. Like they've been. It's been awesome how they've been building this one.
And it's a long build. This is one of those long build ones that started.
Burn, baby.
What, back in just after SummerSlam? I think this one started theoretically, and now this is the blow off. So
yeah,
it's a long build. It's a long build match. Hopefully they do a great job. It's Hell in a Cell, so it's gonna be wild. This one you'll know which night it's on because you'll see the giant cage hanging above the ring. If there's no giant cage on night 1, it ain't happening night 1.
Just you walk in the crowd. Okay.
That's hard. And they might start announcing more of what's on what night as it goes through. I think they have 3 matches announced for night 2. I didn't pay that much attention though, because it was Wikipedia when I was putting all this together.
I'm watching no matter what.
No, I'm watching both nights. So that's just it.
Yeah. Now this one, because they're theorizing that this is the Edge's final.
Right. This might be one of Edge's last matches.
Then they gotta give it to Edge.
Yeah.
I don't see that because of the career he has had.
Right.
I think it would be insulting that in one of his final matches, in something that has been slow burned like this, to give it to Finn.
For the feud,
yeah.
I think Edge. Here's the thing. It's dependent on what they do with Judgment Day after. Because if you're killing the bloodline, but you still want a dominant group, then your group's Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And you could have them do a clean sweep at WrestleMania. They have 3 matches. I don't know what the hell Damian Priest is doing, because he wasn't in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
He's just
gonna
gonna
stand
be in the
there
corner,
in the corner.
cheering
Yeah,
them
he's just
on.
cornering. He doesn't have an actual match at this moment. But I could see them going that route, and then Edge loses. But at the same time, I feel like Edge has to win the feud.
Yeah.
I feel like Edge wins the feud. But I don't know. The Judgment Day, they've booked it really well to a point, but then there's also all that weird booking they've done with it as well, like when they kept losing at the beginning of this feud. Because like when Edge and Ray fought them, they lost. When there was another match where they should have lost, but they won. Like, they keep switching up who should win and who should lose at these points.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. Like I could see it because you talked about what do you do with the judge? Because
right.
the Judgment Day is clearly going to be the dominant group after they break up the bloodline. There's literally no other, like, they have set nothing else up. That I could see them giving Edge wins. That pisses off Judgment Day. That Rhea becomes the official head of Judgment Day because what they've been setting up with her. Well, let's have one of these groups like dominated by a woman.
Yeah.
Like especially with what they've been doing with her, I can see, and then that sets up a feud, Finn Rhea, and it gives them something to play with. After Edge leaves.
And that could be the way it goes. My pick is Edge. My pick is Edge.
My pick is Edge.
But I'm not going to be surprised, nor am I going to be sad if Finn wins.
Yeah, it's no matter what. Like that's whoever wins,
we all win. Like, a lot of these matches are that way. I think Brock Omos is the only one that makes you go, whoever wins, we lose.
We lose.
The rest of them go, whoever wins, I'm going to be happy with for the most part in the rest of these matches.
I would agree.
Next up, I've got the 6-woman tag team match. Women's tag team champions Lita and Becky Lynch, that's such a weird pairing, with Trish Stratus versus Damage Control. Why it wasn't Lita and Trish who won the tag titles, who actually are a pairing, like, throughout history, why the tag titles had to get switched in this feud. I feel like this match could have happened with the tag belts just staying with Damage Control. They did not need to switch hands. But that's neither here nor there. This match is happening. Again, I think this is going to be a good women's match. The fact that women only have 4 matches on this 17-match card, they're going to have to do something here. To get it there. Personally, I think Becky, Lita, and Trish are winning. I want Damage Control to win. My want versus what I think is going to happen. My want is Damage Control wins. Because I feel like if they're going to be a force, they need to win.
Yeah.
My speculation is Trish and Lita and Becky are going to win.
Let's see. Between those two groups... I don't know. Like this one's a tougher one for me to call because really in the first group, Lita, Trish, and Becky's the only one that's consistently still wrestling.
Is going to be the only one coming back after. Lita's going to come back until they lose the belts, but...
Yeah. And that's where I hesitate with saying they win because it makes more sense to give it to the group that's actually going to stick around.
That's a statement that proves she's only been watching wrestling for a year.
I'm sorry!
No, it's cool. You can be new. They often let the legacy wrestlers win.
Well, but, okay, so Bayley wouldn't be considered?
No, because she's an active wrestler. She's active...
Fair.
Legacy would be like John Cena's now a legacy wrestler.
Oh, got it. See, I'm still new. I've only been into wrestling.
Or is this the night? Or is this the night you have Io Sky and Dakota Kai leave Bayley because she loses the match and then they turn on her? I don't know, but I think Becky, Trish, and Lita win, but I would like Damage Control to win.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, because really, I was looking at it Becky versus Damage Control. I guess I'll pick Becky Lynch's group.
All right, she's going with the Lynch Mob. Come on, that was a good one.
No, I refuse to high five that.
Just kidding me. Totally organic. All right, next up. We have the Intercontinental title Triple Threat match.
Triple Threat!
Gunther defends against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that match that it was, Drew versus Sheamus, I was like, no.
No, it's going to be a 3-way. And this is going to be a hard-hitting match. This is going to be a bunch of big guys beating the hell out of each other.
This is going to be a lot of BAM!
Yes.
This is going to be the match that I look for.
Back to if they're going to build a heel after this show, Gunther's another great choice for that.
He is.
But do they both have to lose their belts to do that? I think Gunther can be a great choice. I think Theory needs to lose the belt to be a top heel. I think Gunther can keep the belt and become a top heel. I think he has a better patch just because of his look and his build. And it would make him way more dominant to beat both of them. If he walks out of there with the IC title, it makes him more dominant, especially after the Rumble, and it makes him more dominant because he just bested 2 former world champions, 2 of the biggest and best guys in this business. My pick is Gunther because I think I want, as much as I would love to see Drew or Sheamus win as well. Again, I'm happy with the outcome no matter who walks out with that belt.
I am happy with whoever. In terms of if I have to make a pick, he already knows who my pick is.
I think
it's my boy Drew.
I would not be surprised if the ending isn't something where Drew costs Sheamus or Sheamus costs Drew, and Gunther wins because of it.
Oh yeah, that with what they've been setting up, that's 100% how I can see it playing out.
At Backlash, you have a big brawl, and these two have great brawls. I've seen them get a pay-per-view brawl. They're a lot of fun. So
who I want to win is Drew because he's my fave. Who I think is gonna win is Gunther. Because he's such
Also, oddly enough, going back to the After the Giant Memorial Battle Royal slide, the Brawling Brutes in the Battle Royal. Imperium not in the Battle Royal. Because obviously Imperium's showing up.
Oh yeah, because he has to do his entrance.
Yeah. But I guess the Brawling Brutes might not be there. Who knows? Wrestling!
Hey!
Alright, so that covers the Intercontinental title match. That brings us to father versus son. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio.
Oh my god! This is one. I don't care. If you do not appreciate what they are doing with Dominic Mysterio, get out of the room.
This is another long burn match. Everyone knew this match was coming when Dominic first showed up in 2020. But obviously Clash of the Castle is when we actually started building to this.
I'm sorry. Name a better storyline than ex-con Dom. Name it. I'll wait.
Sami Zayn.
Damn it!
We haven't gotten to that one yet.
But I mean, it's so I've described him this way before when we've watched wrestling events. Dominic Mysterio is the Sharknado of wrestling.
He's embraced what he is, and he's doing a great job with it.
And therefore, because he's the Sharknado of wrestling, I freaking love him.
I think I feel like Dominic's gotta win.
Oh my god, it would be so
I feel like
yes,
you have to let Dominic. Ray's gonna let his son win, because you are shooting to the moon at that point for what you can do with Dom once he's done beating his dad. And you can still set up a rematch if you want to do a rematch or some other thing. But I am Dom wins. That's my pick.
Oh yeah. I'm
unless
keep going, Dom.
The only way my choice changes is if either on Monday or Friday they put Ray's career on the line in this match. Then I don't think it's going to happen. But if it just stakes a one-on-one match, my money's on Dom. With no stipulation on it, my money's on Dominic winning. And then maybe you do a career match because Ray wants to prove he can beat his son. And do that at Backlash.
Either way, just whatever writer thought of this particular arc with Dom, chef's kiss.
Seriously, this is going to be a good one. I don't think it's going to be a technical master. This is just going to be a really entertaining match.
Oh, God, yeah.
This is going to be a super entertaining match.
Oh, God, yeah.
Next, I believe, I want to say we're in championships for the rest of this. Yep, we are. Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship.
That's going to be a fun time.
It's going to be a great match. I'm an Asuka fan, so I'm going to say I want Asuka to win. Bianca Belair is almost at a year holding the Raw Women's title. She won it at WrestleMania last year. I can't remember what days those were last year, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like, if she's gonna be, I think it was later in April. I think it was a couple of days later in April, or maybe it was the end of May into April 1st.
I mean, end of March.
End of March into April 1st. I don't remember the exact dates of last year's. So she's gonna be really close, but I think Asuka's on a tear right now.
Oh my
and
god,
you can put that belt on Asuka.
Asuka's going to town on whoever they put her in the ring with. That being said, I'd pick Asuka, and I better get a damn hair flip from Bianca.
She really wants a hair whip.
I want a hair whip.
Because she didn't get to watch the one in 2021.
Yeah, and the one last year, that was the one pay-per-view I couldn't watch. So I didn't get to see it. I just want to see a hair flip or hair whip in real time.
Again,
that's my true win.
This match is going to be really good. I think the build to it has not been really good.
Oh god, no, the build's been terrible.
The babyface build is just bad because they've had to bring in Chelsea Green and Carmella to be the heels. Which makes no sense because one, you should just have one of, like, they don't need, they can just be like, hey, we're going to fight. We're going to have a good fight. I don't think they needed to, like, bring in heels to do heely stuff.
Yeah.
So we could, But it's going to be a great match.
Oh god, but yeah, Asuka's just on too much of a tear.
My pick is Asuka. Hardcore. I'm rooting for Asuka on this one. That brings us to the match. Now we're up to what might headline night one of WrestleMania. Because they still haven't officially announced it.
There is so much speculation on it.
They haven't officially announced it yet. I know they've officially announced, I think, I'm going to double check stuff right now so I don't sound like an idiot for the next.
Don't worry, you're doing a great job not sounding like an idiot right now.
Thanks. See, this isn't friendship. This is friendship. Or she's being sarcastic. She's being sarcastic. I should punch her in the throat. So are you being sarcastic?
Yeah, punch me.
She's probably right. Alright, night one they've announced... Oh! Rollins Paul is announced for night one. And Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, but it's not...
What's the headliner?
Right now it's probably... Hit the wrong button.
Yes, you did.
Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship is one they're thinking might headline night one.
Yeah.
It still might not because they haven't officially said that it is. But this is the SmackDown Women's title match. Rhea Ripley won the Royal Rumble, entering at number 1, going all the way to the end.
It was so awesome.
It was so much fun. Charlotte Flair has just been here since she came back. So Rhea Ripley's winning.
Oh, hands down. Hands down, they're giving it to Rhea. She's another, just like Asuka, Rhea's been on too much of a kick to not give it to her.
I think you have to give it to Rhea. Because again, Charlotte Flair won the belt in December, and then she didn't do anything at the Royal Rumble. She didn't do anything in Elimination Chamber. She's just been sitting on this belt until she can give it to Rhea Ripley. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, and again, we had another build that isn't great. The match is going to be good.
I will say though, not the most recent SmackDown, but last week, those two just going, you know what? We're going after each other and like into the stands. That was entertaining, and I was like, okay, that's where I was like, I see the potential with this match.
Oh yeah, no, they've fought before and they have good matches, so this is going to be a good one. But again, I think it's a pretty cut and dry. Rhea Ripley is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. So that brings us to the match I think should headline night one. That I think should be the main event, just because of the story, because of the way it's built, not because I'm a misogynist, which is what is being called for anyone. Like, there are people online who are screaming at anyone who says that Rhea Charlotte shouldn't be the main event. But it's not. It's because it's the best built story of the last year, and that is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos for the tag team titles. You can't argue with that. This has been built. This deserves it.
This is by far and away the better story to give it to.
Right.
Because it has been building.
I think the night 2 main event, they've also done a great job, and we'll get to that one in a second with its build. But this is the other one. These are the two matches people are paying to see. Not that everyone paid without knowing anything, but these are the matches people are tuning in to watch.
I mean, the sheer pop of the audience when Kevin and Sammy finally hugged and ended their... Because I remember, that was the SmackDown I watched, and as soon as he drove away, I was like, he's coming back at the end and it's over. Like, their anger at each other is over. As that pop, when that moment happened, that is why this storyline deserves the headline.
And obviously, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are winning.
Oh, God, yeah!
You can't not let
Give it to them!
You will break an entire audience's heart if they don't win this match.
You did not let us down at Clash at the Castle. You did not let us down at War Games. You did not let us down at all of these other pay-per-views. To not give it to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in this moment when they are finally reunited.
Have them beat the Usos and then break up the belts. So we can get more tag action. Because I really like tag team wrestling. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
I think tag team wrestling is some really... Vince McMahon hated tag team wrestling. I don't know why. It's amazing.
If Vince McMahon hates it, I love it.
So I would love to see the two tag titles actually be tag titles and have tag teams fight for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. I can't. There's no other option.
If you're picking the Usos, you're a moron.
Yeah, if we were betting on this, anyone who bets on the Usos is just giving away their money.
Yeah. Oh, hands down.
I mean, they're gonna make a lot of the Usos win, but all right. And that again, this is a wonderfully built match, especially from a story.
Oh God.
That was supposed to last 3 weeks. Back in August.
That's all.
That was all the Sami Zayn thing was supposed to be. It was like a 3-week story. And now it's been 8 months, and now we're here, where, Sammy and Kevin are going to win. They're going to become the tag champs. It's going to be a great moment.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the main event of night 2, the official main event. This one has been announced. It is definitely the headliner.
Oh, God, yeah.
And that is Roman Reigns defending the undisputed WWE Universal Championships. I hate that name.
So bad.
Against Cody Rhodes, the winner of the Royal Rumble. Again, I think for this one just being built up from the Rumble to now, they've done a great job.
Oh, yeah.
And Roman Reigns hasn't been a part of it.
No, he's done nothing. It's all been Cody.
Oh, yeah. It's all Cody and Paul Heyman pushing this story.
Like, and that's where this one, it's insane that this storyline, it only has been a storyline since the Royal Rumble. Because everyone wants to think it's been like this huge. I was like, no. The prior to Rumble was all Sami Zayn.
Right. Cody Rhodes' story is a story of something else. But with Roman Reigns, that's just been now.
Yeah.
And the fact that Roman was trained by Cody's dad, the fact that Cody's trying to win a belt his family's never won before. All of this stuff, it drives this story that. You want to see Cody win so bad. You want to see that moment of him holding those belts. And I would love it if his brother could come out, but I know that's not going to happen because his brother works for AEW. But,
see, and this is where, because of when I started getting into wrestling, Royal Rumble was the first time I ever saw Cody wrestle.
That's true. First time you saw... And he had a great, that ending bit with Gunther.
Yeah, and I was going to say, that alone, that ending to the Rumble, which was just a match on top of the Rumble, that alone was enough to make me go, I 100% get the hype behind Cody Rhodes, I 100% get the love behind Cody Rhodes, and god damn, do I now love Cody Rhodes.
Right. Cody... He's my hands down pick to win this match.
Oh yeah.
Roman wins. There's gonna be a riot in LA. There wasn't one in Canada because of the way they handled it.
Yep.
There is no outcome to this match where Roman Reigns wins and they don't lose droves of audience.
No. And with how long he's already had it, it's already talked that he's taking a break. Understandably so, because he's had the belts for how long, which means he's had to be a main event type of guy for that long.
I mean, he's taking a lot of time off. Let's be serious here.
Okay.
He's showing up once or twice a month. But still.
It's a long time to have to do it like that and have that kind of hype and that kind of build.
And arguably, Sami Zayn, Logan Paul, these guys have carried these matches that he's been having.
That's true.
I could keep going back to when he first won the belt, because when he was fighting Jey Uso, when he first won the Universal title, those matches weren't great. Then he started working with guys who could actually carry matches. It's like, oh, now these, like, Kevin Owens, like, they're the other guys carrying Roman to great matches.
But it's still, he still had to be a part. Yes, there have been those guys carrying the matches, but that's been how many other different guys that haven't had to sustain it for as long as he has. And also, I'm also counting the sheer length of time that man takes to walk down a ramp.
WrestleMania is going to be even longer.
Oh,
because that ramp's going to be longer.
That's going to be my pee break.
Because that's a stadium. That's like the Royal
Rumble.
Oh my
God, that is going to be my pee break.
Especially if they give these guys.
Especially
if they give these guys specialty entrances.
Oh god.
Because WrestleMania, sometimes you get those. You get guys who get like, especially for the bigger matches, they might do a little more, give a little more grandeur to an entrance. So Roman Reigns will probably get one of those. The question now becomes, where the hell is Solo Sikoa in all of this?
Yeah.
He's fighting Cody on Monday. He's not in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He is not in a match at WrestleMania. He was brought in and basically forgotten about.
Yep.
He is just Roman Reigns' heavy, which is kind of sad because I think he's a better wrestler than that.
Oh. But no,
I don't see the Usos getting involved, regardless of their where their match falls. I don't see them getting involved.
I would agree.
Because I think if they lose the tag belts, when they lose the tag belts, they're not going to be back in Roman anymore.
No.
And I think Sola is either going to have something to do with this match, and it's still not going to work. Cody's still going to win, or Sola's getting taken out Monday when he fights Cody, and is it just not going to be a thing?
Or because this is what everyone is speculating is the end of the bloodline, Sola comes in to help Roman, and Jimmy and Jay stop him.
Yep.
And that's how they know like the bloodline's officially done because they're not helping Roman win.
Right.
And then that's the momentum Cody uses to then carry it.
Very, very possible as well.
I could see that happening.
This is going to be a great ending to a great weekend. I already know. I'm personally talking to my boss this week, so I can telecommute the Monday after WrestleMania, so I can sleep in, and because even though it's now over 2 nights, it might still be a long night of wrestling that Sunday. A Saturday might be pretty long too, but that's a Saturday night. Who cares?
I'm just gonna go into work tired because the majority, like literally, I have like my last IEP meeting before WrestleMania, and then technically I'm supposed to have one again in May, but I'm like, my care level down.
But yeah, so there's a lot of great matches on this card.
Yeah.
Those first 3, the women's tag, the men's tag, and Brock Omos are the only ones I'm like, eh. And again, the women's tag and the men's tag could be great matches.
Yeah.
Those really could be great matches. I'm just going into them.
Very much so.
Brock Omos is the only one on the card right now that makes me go, I really don't care.
I'd make that my pee break match, but then I'd literally miss the match because it's going to be over that point.
It also depends on what night it's on and where you are and what you're doing.
That too.
Because who knows... Yeah, because who knows any of that. As far as pee breaks go, I'm just going to do what I normally do when I have to use the bathroom during a WWE event.
And you're going to watch it on your phone?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it on my phone. That's why I have a phone! Specifically. That's sole reason. Yeah, it's going to be a great show. I'm excited for next weekend.
I'm excited.
And then you got the Hall of Fame. We've got Great Muta, Andy Kaufman, Rey Mysterio already announced. I don't think they've announced anyone else for it.
I don't think so.
But that's also Friday night is the Hall of Fame show. It's a big weekend of wrestling. It's a big weekend. And then the NXT Stand and Deliver. And that's just WWE's content. Like, if you were there in LA, there's like 20 other wrestling things going on that weekend because it's WrestleMania weekend. Like, there are people who can literally go without a break and just keep watching wrestling. because Ring of Honor does a show. On that Friday they do a show. A bunch of indies do shows throughout that weekend. It's a huge celebration. It's a huge festival, basically, that WWE creates, and all these other people make money off of it.
Yep.
But it's WrestleMania 39. Yeah, it's gonna be a big event.
It's gonna be epic.
It's gonna be very enjoyable, and I can't wait for next Saturday to sit down and start watching WrestleMania and not have to do what I did last year. Because last year we had a friend who was playing a concert, and we went to go see the concert.
Yep.
So last year, because we're good friends, so last year I just watched all of WrestleMania night 1 and night 2 in a single sitting.
Whew!
It was a long day. I think I ended up with maybe an hour. I think I got the first night of WrestleMania done was at like 5. So the pre-show for WrestleMania night 2 is at 6. So I had like an hour before I turned on the pre-show. I'm watching more wrestling. It was a long day of some really good wrestling. There was some really good wrestling on that card.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of how Martin Brigos got sciatica.
But this year, as of right now, I have no reason I can't watch night 1 on night 1 and night 2. Honestly, but it's never worked out for me, because the year before, I was watching with my roommate at the time, and we watched night 1 while it aired, and then he had to go babysit the next night, so I was a good friend and didn't watch night 2 until he got off of work the next day, and then we watched night 2 on Monday. So this might be the first WrestleMania I actually get to watch as it's happening, and not have to sit there and be like, I don't want to look at my phone, I don't want to see spoilers.
Yep. Because the temptation's gonna be mighty real.
It is. Trust me, it is really big to like, oh, let's just. And sometimes you just scroll and you might see a picture that tells you something without reading anything. But yeah, it's really there. So it'll be nice to sit down and watch the whole thing and enjoy it, and go woohoo and celebrate and feel like I'm celebrating with the people as they're celebrating. So that's our WrestleMania predictions. Hope you enjoyed it. If you think we're way off on some of our predictions, let us know in the comments. Otherwise, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll drop another video whenever I feel like it.
Ayo!
So peace out. Have a good one.